Okay, everybody, so you're going to see me talking and my lips are not going to match my words because we had a very windy day here for the audio. So I am going to voice this over and we'll still get the beautiful views of the mountains behind us. So just so you know, today's class is called Release. So we are focusing on releasing any stagnant energy, any built up frustrations or emotions or whatever it might be. We're going to use our body to shake some things out and get rid of our internal pressure cooker feelings. So come on to your feet. We're going to start by heel bopping, so lifting and lowering onto your heels, and then letting your shoulders get involved. Shrug your shoulders up just a little bit and let them drop as your heels drop. Let your arms and hands get a little involved, shaking them out as you do this. And then taking a lion's breath, take a breath in. And then stick your tongue out as you exhale. Do that again. Breathe in. Stick it out. And one more time. Breathe in. And let it go. Good. And now making your way to your back. Having a block handy at your side. Lowering down. And connecting to your triple S as you come onto your back. So your skull, your shoulder blades, and your sacrum. Remembering that if your chin is jutting up a lot to the ceiling, you can always place a little pillow or a rolled up blanket under your head if you need. Bring the block between your thighs. Squeeze the block, hands on your thighs, start to traction them away. Lift the tailbone, lift the low belly, and lift the hips. And then as you exhale, slowly traction the spine back down to the floor. Push into the feet to lift and use your belly to lower. Lift your hands right above your shoulders. Start to open and close your fists, bringing some heat into your hands as you continue to pulse the hips. Adding a little kind of a flicking action into the hands, like you're flicking water off of your fingers. And then starting to stretch the wrists by flexing at the wrists like you could hold a big tray above you. And taking your left hand to the four fingers of your right hand, pulling them down towards your face. Breathe into the ribs in every direction. Keep squeezing the block. Reach your tailbone towards the top of your mat. And then switch. Pull the left fingers down. Keep the left arm straight. Let the thumb have a little activity in it. And then slowly lower the spine all the way back down using an exhale. Bring the block between your knees the skinny way. Hands come to cut behind the skull. And then the elbows will draw in towards one another. They're going to point up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, pull the low ribs down towards the back ribs. Lift the shoulders and take just the slightest turn to the left. Come back to center. Inhale and lower. Exhale, lift, take a little twist to the right, come back to center, slow and controlled, inhale and lower. Exhale, pull in and down, lift, take your twist to the left, and then let your right arm slice towards the left thigh. Bring the hand onto the thigh and push it away from you, resisting that leg. Hand behind the head, back to center, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Turn an inch or two to the right. Your left arm slices across and it just comes right on top of that right thigh bone. Push it away, but resist a little bit. Feel that deeper in your core. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. Twist to the left. Right arm comes to that left thigh. It resists, and then the left elbow starts to flare out to the left. Stay off the left shoulder blade. Bring it back in. Hand behind the head. Inhale and lower. Exhale. Pull in and down. Lift. Turn to the right, left arm comes to the right thigh, push it away, right elbow starts to flare out to the right, stay off that right shoulder blade. Come back to center, hand behind the head, inhale, and release. Nice work. Come on up. We're making our way to our hands and knees. You can have blocks under your hands if you have two blocks for a little bit more space for your hips for what we're about to do. If not, no worries. You can just be right on your hands. Heels of the hands underneath your shoulders. Pull the front body up towards the back body. Think about skull, shoulder blades, sacrum lining up. And then lean into your left hand and step your right foot off to the right. It doesn't matter what direction it points, just wherever it goes. Lower it back down. Draw the belly in, step your left foot off to the left, trying to keep your hands on the floor. So we're essentially scrubbing into our low back a little bit, mobilizing our hips here, stepping the right foot and then the left. So just going side to side, getting this nice external rotation into our hip joints, providing a little release to our low back. If we've got tight hips, our low back tries to make that work for us. Come back to stillness, lift the hips up into your downward facing dog. Bend your knees, and on an exhale, step to the top of the mat. We'll start to move a little bit bigger now. So shoulders right on top of your hips, softness in your knees. Thumbs reach your arms forward and up. Take a breath in. Exhale, hinge into your hips. Let the fingertips touch down. Step your right foot back. Lower your right knee in the top of the foot. And fire up your right glute. We'll shoulder roll up, back, and down one at a time. Scrubbing the back ribs with your shoulder blades as they scrub down the back. Hands come forward. Step yourself back into a kneeling plank. Line yourself up. Skull, shoulder blades, sacrum. Draw the front body in. Resist the floor as you bend the elbows and come down with control. Press your pubic bone down. Untuck your toes. Pull your hands back. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, come down. Firm up. Push the floor away, lift into downward facing dog. Walk your feet in a little bit. And then on your next exhale, step your right foot forward, lower your left knee in the top of the left foot. Come on up, firm up your left glute and shoulder roll. Up, back, and down. Scrub, scrub, scrub. And then hands come forward, step the back foot to meet the front foot. Sit back in your butt, inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, hinge. Sitting back in your butt. This time the left foot steps back, soften the left knee, but don't lower it all the way, and come on up into a crescent lunge. Arms reach forward and up, and then we open and close our fists like we did earlier in our bridge pose, bringing that heat back up through our arms into the hands. And taking a lion's breath, you can breathe in and stick your tongue out, let something go. Hands make a universal fist now. Clasps your hands together. And then all 10 toes point to the long edge of the mat. We are going to let something go here. We're doing my favorite Kriya, the Bala Kriya, chopping wood. Take a breath in. Exhale, hinge. And then with an audible noise, ha, out your mouth. Inhale, ha, chop wood. Let something go. Inhale, ha. Inhale, ha. Inhale, ha. From your belly, inhale, ha. Ha. Do it again. Ha. One more. Ha. And again. Ha. One more inhale. Exhale. Ha. Keep going. Ha. And release. Elbows to your hips, palms face up. Just let that settle for a moment. Taking that in and feeling that shift of energy through that intentional breath. And then pivoting to face the back of the mat now. The hands come down. Your right knee lowers. Your left knee comes next to it. And then here we go like we did earlier. Step your right foot off to the right. And this time, like you're pulling a lawnmower up, pull your right elbow up towards the sky. Right hand down, right knee down. Step your left foot. Pull your left elbow up like you're starting a lawnmower. And down. So again, going side to side. And using this to find a little space in the low back and mobilization around the ribs and shoulders. Step the left foot, pull up, draw the belly in as you do that. Feel that stretch your QL and your low back. Do that one more time to each side. And then lower both hands down, tuck your toes, lift up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And at the end of your exhale, step your left foot forward, soften your right knee, come on up into your crescent lunge on this side. Arms reach forward and up. And we open and close our fists. Taking a breath here. Continue to hold and open and close the fists, taking the heat up through the arms, out the hands, and then turn to the long edge of your mat again. Hands to your hip creases, sit back into those hip creases as you side lunge. Push up and over through the tripods of your feet, up and over, up and over. getting into the groin, the inner thighs, finding some release here in those inner thighs. Pivot back to the front of the mat, hands come down, downward facing dog. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet, sitting back into your bum. Inhale, reach forward and up. And exhale with an audible sound out your mouth, sweep. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, inhale. Squat and sweep your arms back. Inhale. Exhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sweep. One more. One more again. Reaching up, and then hands come down through your heart. And come on down to your butt. Make your way to your back. Connect to your triple S again for a moment. Lift your arms and legs up into the air. So still feeling weight in your sacrum. Your low back has a little arch off the floor. And then shake your arms and legs. Shake it out. Feeling the connection of your shoulders and sacrum. And then letting your limbs just shake while you hold your core. Shake, shake, shake. Let your hands, your wrists, your feet and ankles. Good. And then bring your feet onto the floor, nice and wide. Let your knees knock in. Bring your hands onto your belly. Take a breath in. And exhale, stick your tongue out. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Breathe in. Let it go. Good. Hopefully you found some release today, and you can be reminded that you have the capability of coming back to your breath, to your body, to some movement. Even if you only have a few minutes, you can shift things. Thank you so much for letting me guide you. Namaste.